Alright, what's going on, everyone? Today we're doing a reaction video, another podcast type episode. So I'm reacting to Max MC55's rant of why he does not like Studio Series. I've already confirmed it with him. George, quit stealing content. No. I asked him, he was cool with it. And yeah, so I'm super interested to see what his thoughts are, and I will give you my input as well. Go check out his channel. He makes great stuff. Really good customs, as you can see here. So yeah, let's just get right into it.
I hate Studio Series, so here's a rant about it. Okay, so first of all, let's go into how inaccurate everything has been so far. So Studio Series is all about screen accuracy and making everything perfect.
Like, obviously there's going to be some limitations, like his example here, like how this isn't, I don't know if that's what he's going for, but obviously it's going to be kind of tricky to do within that Voyager budget, or in the leader in this case, with that trailer, with those accessories. It's going to be a little tricky to get those flames in there, but yeah, they could definitely do a little better.
Perfect.
So let's
but
continue.
Let's talk about Transformers 1. Transformers 1 Optimus Prime was the
Alright, I mean, starting off the bat, he is definitely right.
first ever Transformers 1 like Studio Series figure we've ever gotten, and it's completely inaccurate, and it makes me mad. So the reason they
I mean, I'm totally on his side here. I think Studio Series 112 Optimus is a complete train wreck. So much potential with this sort of design, so much you could do with it, and what they gave us really wasn't great. It kind of just seemed lazy, lackluster, something that honestly just, I don't know, if I didn't like the movie so much, I probably wouldn't be collecting these figures.
made it a deluxe is because in the movie all the Autobots, the main full cast are the same size. That is incorrect. Optimus and Megatron are bigger, always taller than Bumblebee and our Leader 1. And when Optimus gets the Matrix in the movie, slight spoilers, he really does grow a lot.
It's very right. I mean, we saw he's like him and Megatron like twice the size of everybody else.
So why is he a deluxe?
Well, Hasbro did say that they wanted it to be super affordable and super easy, making it a level A assortment figure. It very accessible, very easy to get, and very affordable for collectors. That being said, making him a deluxe, especially with the limitations that they had, he really should have been a Voyager. Same thing with Megatron. I don't know if he mentions it or not, but he really should have been a Voyager. And, you know, I don't know. Yeah.
I understand you want to push an Optimus Prime figure out when the movie is coming out, but why is he a deluxe? It should have been Orion Pax when he looked like this, not when he looked like this. When he's this, he should have been way bigger, not deluxe class. He shouldn't have had the Matrix. He shouldn't have that chest. He shouldn't have had that face. And if you do want to get a bigger, more accurate Optimus Prime, you'll have to cough up $80.
Yeah. I mean, $80 seems like a lot. I know you have to get it from Japan and everything. I mean, even for this thing, I know it's pretty good, but like $80 kind of seems like a lot for a leader scale figure. I know that Ultimate Optimus wasn't that much. Fact check me if I'm wrong, but that seems like a little much for that thing, and especially one that does scale correctly for people who want to get that, especially for it being as hard. I mean, this is sold out because, of course, it's Hasbro Pulse. Of course, it's going to be sold out. They're terrible at stocking their things. But, you know, you have to import it just to get something that's accurate. Accurate. Like, what? I mean, I can't deny that it does look at least pretty decent. But, I don't know, man.
$80 import. The only way to get a full-on accurate Optimus Prime from the movie that is coming out, that Hasbro should be promoting, you have to cough up $80. Who the hell is going to do that? And the size difference too. You have to cough up $80. Who the hell is going to do that?
That's funny. All right.
And the size difference too. Yeah. He's a deluxe. Look at the scale.
All right. I don't know where he got the scale chart from, but this scale chart is complete whack. Why is Rise of the Beast Prime so tiny? Anyways, yeah, that's gigantic. You know, 50 feet tall, that's like a 3-story building. I think. I don't know. I'm just talking, but even then, you can still see the size and how big he should be. He really should have been PAX. And look at, does that look like that beige to you? Even this, that was when the sun or a big star was. That's not dark beige. Just make it just gray or silver. Not that beige crap.
Charts. These are accurate scale charts of Transformers 1. He should be bigger than Bayverse Optimus, way bigger than. Now I know, you can't possibly get that. That would be a leader class Optimus Prime. That would be leader class for almost every character. I understand that, but not even a Voyager. He couldn't even be a tall Voyager with less engineering. He already has trash engineering in the actual Studio Series figure.
Yep, I will also agree. I think the engineering on this release is so pathetic. I think he does absolutely nothing to write home about. The robot mode, it's big. Good job. You got a big deluxe. Yip-de-doo. I'd much rather sacrifice that for an actually well-engineered figure. The legs are terrible. The arms just hanging out in the alt mode, terrible. The articulation, eh. And again, the painting and the sculpting just isn't there. The head doesn't look right. The axe is the wrong color. I get why, because, you have to, that was made in translucent blue, and so this is going to be in translucent blue, or the axe and the window. So, yeah, get on the same thing, and you're good there. But you couldn't have, tried to get some kind of orange in there. And the beige plastic is disgusting. As much as you want to admit it, it's accurate. So what, man?
So what's the play here, Hasbro? And while we're on with Optimus, let's talk about Megatron.
Ooh, I'm interested to see, because I hope he talks about the pathetic little cannon and the awful proportions and that awful head. But, let's see.
For the most part, again, he's accurate, but again, the height, he's a deluxe. He should not be a deluxe when he's Megatron.
Dude, Megatron's gigantic. I didn't realize how big Megatron was. What the heck?
If he's D16, yeah, sure, fair enough. But he should be a Voyager. He's Megatron.
Exactly.
But speaking of D16, he's not even accurate. Look at the gun. He has D16's gun, not Megatron's gun. This is Megatron's gun.
That is... I don't know why, now I have to go buy, a freaking 3D printed one, buy a file, print it myself, then paint it myself, instead of them just giving us the right thing.
Transformers Fall of Cybertron Shockwave looking gun is Megatron's. Why does he come with D16's gun? This is inaccurate. I know it's nitpicking at this point, but studios...
Is it that much to ask for the right accessory? If they're going to give us the accessories... And if Studio Series is such a well-esteemed line of making sure it's accurate above all costs, then what are we doing here?
Series is supposed to be about accuracy. We shouldn't be going out and buying a 3D printed cannon just to have our Megatron to be accurate to the movie we want to see. And again, let's talk about accuracy. Let's talk about the newest Sentinel Prime figure. Okay, for the most part, he is pretty accurate and he looks amazing. But the wings...
Getting 8 ads every 20 minutes is actually diabolical. Meet Pi, the ad blocker that actually works on...
He's trash talking. This ad just trash talk ads while being in an ad. How? Okay, anyways.
Completely inaccurate. It should not look like that. It should be looking like a Deathsaurus, like...
Alright, in all fairness, it does have to transform and stuff does have to happen. I get the nitpicks, but those designs are a little more streamlined, so of course you're going to have some kind of way that it's going to fit in to transform it, So
Batwing,
I can see why it
this
looks like
blocky
that.
wing, and you know why
It's not that bad. It's not terrible. At least it gets the top shape right, and it still completes that silhouette, which is nice.
Looks like that? It's because of the alt mode. And guess what?
The alt mode doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look like anything super noteworthy.
Alt mode doesn't even show up in the movie.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, he transformed.
He does not transform in the movie at all. So
that's wrong.
Jet mode is made up, or it's a concept art.
I want this figure, the Blockies one. Oh man, that thing looks insane. But I mean, looking at it for the most part, why that isn't painted, I don't know. But looking at this for the most part, comparing it, they did a pretty good job. For what they had, yeah, this looks really, really good. So credits to you for Hasbro for making probably the most sought-after Voyager of next year in terms of Studio Series. I don't know. Depends on what they release. But this looks really, really good.
Which, again, we're going to talk about concepts in a minute. But again, he comes with a shield and a few guns. Okay, fair enough. Where's his sword?
True. He does not have a sword. Very, very true.
He uses his sword the entire time through the movie.
Very
the
true.
shield appears in one.
I think the shield is more for that battle mode. So, I mean, you could have just the blade, or you can have the shield, and, you know, that goes a lot better with the battle mode. Obviously, we all would have wanted the blade, but I think for what it's worth, especially based off these two pictures here, I don't know, you can't really see it. There you go. You can see both here. Especially for what it's worth, I think that having the shield is fine. It's fine. You know, I can do without that. The blade, and I'm sure there's going to be an upgrade kit. Do I want to buy it? No, but does that make the base figure cheaper? Sure. And that allows them to spend more budget on engineering the figure itself instead of putting that towards accessories. So I'm completely fine with it.
Scene, and 2 of his figures comes with that shield, even though he doesn't even
This figure makes me realize how awful this looks. Isn't that crazy?
use it. So before we get into concepts, because concepts make me mad so much, let's talk about the most recent Studio Series reveal that we got. This one is Double Punch.
Yeah, Double Punch doesn't look super fantastic. Doesn't he have a... Isn't that one Sandstorm and Double Punch is blue? Or am I...
This is not Double Punch. This is Sandstorm.
Oh,
but they
look at
name
that.
it Double Punch. Do you want to know why? Because they
The legacy
already
one.
have a Sandstorm on shelves. So they don't want to have 2 Sandstorms on shelves.
No,
So
that makes
instead of
sense.
making it accurate and having the boxes accurate and having the names accurate, they're going to swap the names. And may I
it's
add...
probably to keep the patent, if I had to take a guess. So that makes a little more sense there, too.
He's not even
let's see.
accurate. This Double Punch guy, he's supposed to be Sandstorm. This Double Punch isn't accurate. He's supposed to have green on him. Where's the green? He's just red with some
Yeah, there could have been a
beige
little
looking
more
plastic.
paint, especially for it
Double
being
Punch is the
just
blue
a
one,
complete
and
repaint.
Sandstorm's the red one with the green on him. And he's inaccurate. What is going on? And finally, let's just talk about the concepts. Primarily the Rise of the Beasts. Let's talk about Scourge. Scourge makes me mad so much. Why do Studio Series, the line that is meant for completely accurate robots converted into the toys, look inaccurate? Why are they basing it off concept art? I understand you want, like, Scourge, the main villain of Rise of the Beasts, you want it out when the movie's coming out. Fair enough. But wait, we don't make... You have the kiddie toys on shelves right now. The kids will buy those. Let us collectors wait for a more accurate looking Scourge so we don't have to cover $50 to get an upgrade kit for our toy just to look accurate. Why are we basing things off concept when the concept isn't even final? It's not finished. The reason Studio Series should be finished designs is because they're supposed to be accurate. This goes back to the Bumblebee movie.
Alright, so with Scourge, the reason that it is that way, the reason that they base it off concept art, is because the movie got pushed back. So they already had these figures way in progress. They already spent their budget on the engineering. They already had the figure finalized and testing and everything. And so by the time that they were ready to release the movie, they had to push it back. And so all that budget was already spent. They can't re-engineer it. So at least we got one, and at least it came out during the movie. Now, obviously, we're all fine with waiting, but that means that figure just goes to the trash? No, they have to release that. That's just how it is. So sometimes, you know, stuff like that is going to happen, and we just have to accept it. That's not... It is sort of Hasbro's fault, but it isn't at the same time, because, I mean, it is technically accurate to the concept art that was going to be in the movie until they changed the movie and pushed it back because of the studio. So really, instead of hating on Studio Series, hate on the actual studio that's making it. Hate on Paramount for pushing it back. Now, was it for better or for worse, I don't know. But, you know, we're still here, and we have a Scourge, and the world is not in flames. So we're still pretty good, I would say.
Bumblebee himself looked completely inaccurate. He
Yeah, this figure kind of stinks. There's really no getting around it.
didn't have the door wings, and that was because of old concept art. Again, we're basing these toys off concept. This should not be concept. This is Studio Series. It needs to be fully accurate. Now let's talk about the final thing that makes me mad about Studio Series. Transformers Studio Series. Transformers Studio Series 86. Transformers Studio Series War for Cybertron. And, in the talks, Transformers Studio Series Animated. Why are there 4 sublines to a line?
Isn't there one more?
What? Why are there 4? I mean, there's 3. There's 3 now, but why?
No, there's gotta be 4. Oh, the concept art. That's what the 4th one is.
Why is there only 4? And the fact is...
Another ad. Love it.
Amazon fall favorites are here.
I don't care. Alright.
They're not even done. They haven't even finished all the Bayverse in Studio
Alright, so... hold on, I'm gonna hear them out.
Series. They haven't even finished all the Rise of the Beasts in the Bayverse. They've cancelled Rise of the Beasts Bayverse. Remember when we got that Stratosphere, Core Class Stratosphere listing? Nope, that's gone. That doesn't even appear. The War for Cybertron.
I never heard of a Core Class Stratosphere.
The Gamer Edition line was made for Reactivate. It was... They literally said, we're going to...
No, I'm pretty sure the Gamer Edition line was made for... well, that might be true, but based on Reactivate's stunning progress, I think it was a safe move to go with the War for Cybertron stuff. And I think the Gamer Edition line has been pretty solid so far. Some misses, some very, very good hits, such as Gamer Optimus, Gamer Ratchet. I like Sideswipe. Starscream's pretty solid. So...
Now push these War for Cybertron figures out so we can have Gamer Edition for when Reactivate drops. And now they're just putting those Reactivate 2 packs into Gamer Edition. So now we can't even get more.
Well, okay, so the reason of this is a lot of people, you know, weren't able to get. Some people are only confined to what they can find in their stores. They already have those molds ready and in factories. So they can, you know, get that as a more accessible product instead of just exclusive to online retail. So, you know, I'm not super mad at that. And also just gets more figures on the shelves instead of having, you know, something else. I think it's fine having Reactivate stuff. And I'd rather get something rather than nothing. So I'm happy that they threw them in 2 packs. I'm happy that they at least released the figures instead of waiting, just like they are for the game. So I'm not going to complain here because at least we got something.
More War for Cybertron figures because we keep getting Reactivate figures. And it's just...
Wait, I thought you were upset because we were getting Reactivate figures instead of... Okay, anyways.
And the War for Cybertron figures are rubbish. Most of them are rubbish.
Okay, well, I think Megatron's pretty fun. Pretty good. Not super accurate. You know, whatever. Barricade isn't great. Sideswipe's fine.
I'm enjoying a few, but
yeah,
most of them are just rushed, and they don't even look good. They don't even look accurate. It's just such a nightmare, and the fact that is because...
You know, with most sublines, we've seen it with basically every subline, is that they have to learn. Let's take, I don't know, 86, for example. We had a rough start, you know, with Blur, Cup, and, like, figures like that. If you like those figures, cool. I'm just saying they're a little more rough when compared to the likes of Hot Rod, or, who else was in that wave? Grimlock. Like, that kind of lines up with Gamer Edition, where you had figures in the first wave like Bumblebee, and then... Next, we get Gamer Optimus, who is a fantastic figure. So they have to sort of find their footing, and I feel like with these last few releases, they've really, really hit a stride with Ratchet. With even the Gamer Edition Soldier was a vast improvement in most cases over the Barricade mold. And even Gamer Edition Bumblebee is a very, very solid figure. and the reactivate one. It's a, you know, they know what they're doing now, and I think that's a very positive sign for things in the future.
They have so much like toys to now make. All that budget.
Is that a bad thing? To get, you know, I'm a fan of many aspects of the franchise. I love the movies, I love the shows, I love the games. So getting media from all sorts of these things instead of just one, and you know, like, I think that's great. Getting new things of different parts of the franchise. I think that's a very, very good idea. That's what they've been doing with Legacy, and look how successful that's been. Of course, you're going to have hits. Of course, you're going to have misses. That's not going to change whether you're focusing on one part or another. You know, so really, there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that also brings more fans in, more recurring fans, people coming back saying, hey, I used to play that War for Cybertron game. Let me give this figure a try. Or, hey, I remember that, the 86 movie. No way they're making figures now. You know, so I think having a more widespread approach to these figures is very, very solid. And so I'm not going to complain about that because, you know, even though they haven't released all the Bayverse characters and all of the Rise of the Beast characters, that's what keeps us coming back. And that's good marketing, man. Obviously, if you make it, people are going to buy it. But then what other media do you have to say, hey, Rise of the Beast is still coming. Here's another Scorponok repaint? No. People want the Ape-Links. They want Stratosphere to look forward to. They want the Nemesis Prime repaints. They want something out there to still look forward to keep them coming back and wanting. And that's what refuels the franchise, what fuels the fans into making media where more people consume the media, bringing more fans in, bringing more people coming to the franchise. And I don't think that's a bad thing. And that's my take on it.
They can't separate it enough. They need to finish Bayverse so they can go on to War for Cybertron and the Transformers 1. They need to finish Rise of the Beast. We have like a few characters left. Why are we not finished with it? Yeah.
And I can see where he's coming from. Obviously, there's figures that we still need to get, figures that we need updates for. But if you consider what I'm saying, I think you'll have a good idea of what I'm going for.
In other words, Studio Series needs to fix their problems. They need to slow down. They need to take a look back. They need to stop rushing. It's a constant rush. And look at the listing leaks. Like, they're absolutely rubbish. Now they're doing concept art as well. I completely forgot about that. That's 4 to 5 sublines we're having. Concept art's going to take up slots. Like, I may as well just cancel Legacy if we're going to get this many.
That just means they get to put more figures on the shelves, for more figures for us to consume. Again, just fueling that machine. Again, it's just all moving. They give us, you know, things to make media of. We get it. We make media. More people see it. They get the figures. They make... It's just every single time. So why not get more figures on the shelves? Why cancel Legacy when there's so much more to explore with the main line, with Studio Series? There's no reason to cancel that. And yeah, I mean, it might be a lot to keep up with, especially for somebody who's new coming in. But, you know, I think that's what's awesome about it, is that there's so many different things to explore, to really find your footing and what you like. There's so many things to try out and experiment with that there's really nothing wrong with that.
Studio Series figures. Cancel Legacy and make War for Cybertron Studio Series the new Legacy. Just cancel it, because at this point we're getting too much. Quality over quantity. And Hasbro is just not understanding that. But anyways, rant over.
Okay. So, wrapping up, I definitely agree with the fact that Studio Series has been doing a super good job on being accurate.
490.
Okay. I thought I paused it, but whatever. Yeah, so they haven't been doing a good job, especially with the Transformers 1 stuff, and that's a disappointment. But a lot of the points just, I mean, if you look at it from what I'm saying, I think you'll understand. If you agree with him, then sure, whatever. But I don't think the reasons presented is a reason why you should hate the line. I think Studio Series has brought lots of good figures, and you know, them making a lot of figures means there's more chances to hit, more chances to miss, but there's just more figures and more media to have in general. And I think that's a very positive thing for this, just this whole thing. Just gives us more to look forward to, you know, more reveals and stuff. And yeah, so I mean, those are my thoughts. I spent about 25 minutes on a 8-minute video. So now, in his words, rant over.